Hi. Um, Normally I do this by myself on my own, but I'm gonna do it with you. So here we go. Because I haven't gotten to the point where I don't feel this tightness. So a little background is I can hear you. It's okay. God. All right. I believe that some of us are here to experience true love, and you're feeling it, but your senses are still not like seeing it, right? Okay. Apply that where it fits. It doesn't quite look the way you feel. But trust it anyway. Because it can't be wrong. And the reason why, it's probably feeling like it's wrong is because you're like yo-yoing between your head and your heart, your head and your heart, your head and your heart. So align with heart space, right? And whatever it is, like if it's a dream, don't like give up on it. If it's something you love, someone you love, something you love, some place you want to go, if it has that like burning fire, however it feels, that's like your inner being saying, hell yeah, hell yeah. And your job is to go from hell yeah to hell yeah to hell yeah to hell yeah. Right? You follow your yum yum. What's yummy to you, right? Because right before I hit the record button, it's like I was having a conversation with myself. It was like, okay, well, I feel as though some of us have, well, not so much me anymore, but I say that because um, I separated, right, from a prior relationship, right? And it was one of those separations where it was kind of like, well, it doesn't quite make sense. It didn't make sense to the outsiders looking in. It just seemed like everything was fine. Whereas I'm on the inside and I'm just like, this doesn't quite feel right. But, right? So, and that again, too, relationships, jobs. All I'm saying is some of us have built lives around what you think you're supposed to be doing. And it's not that you've done a bad job, it's just like you now have to, in order to, get to where you're trying to get, you now have to follow whatever other interests you have, other things that bring you joy, things that make you laugh, things that tickle you. There was somebody I saw. She was at the store. She was a cashier, like a little store in the neighborhood, and she had like fox ears on, and she just looked like a feline. I thought it was so cute. She got complimented, but I'm sure people came in and were like, "I'm sure of it. There's no way." the society we live in. And it's kind of like, yeah, you got to have the courage to just be yourself, right? Unapologetically. And yeah. So do I feel a little better? Yes. I feel better knowing that the decision has to be made from the heart. It has to be felt. It has to be felt. And whatever's felt has to be trusted. You gotta trust yourself. I'm learning to trust myself more and more, you know? So, that's what I wanted to share. And as I continue my evening, I'll just, feel nice. Do the things that may be lingering and kind of keep coming to mind, like all right, get this done, get this done. So for me, it's a couple of assessments. So way more than a couple assessments. I'm like so behind. I'm so behind. I cannot believe they all just like popped up all at the same time. And it's like, well, it was 13 days past due like 4 days ago. Just like, oh my God, how am I going to play catch up? But here's the thing, right? That doesn't excite me. So I come out the shower, I do my relaxation. I massage myself, I do things to help myself just feel nice all the time. And I'm sitting here. It's quiet. No one is home. So I'm like, let me do my work. And I can't get this computer to turn on or charge. Like, it's just a regular C port. Like, what is the issue? But I now realize who I'm dealing with. Like, the universe, not a who, but, you just go with the flow. I don't question anymore. I don't second guess, right? The first, it's funny when you take any exams, I would say, and for me it was the boards, NCLEX, and I remember, like, people give you little advice and things like that. I remember them saying, what you call it, that first answer. Actually, it's before you take your boards. It's any exam, to be honest. It's the first answer is always the one you should choose, and it's kind of the same thing, like with your intuition and things like that. It's just follow that inner knowing, the one that feels better than the other. It feels like a better idea, So yeah, I was saying that I do that. And now, because my laptop wasn't working, I knew that I had to do this with you guys. So thank you for joining me. I feel a lot better. So all we did was, well, all I did and all you should do is take the situation, and for me, it was being lied to. And being lied to by someone close. And it's like, well, how do you know if this person will do it again? They're saying they won't, but then how do you know? And then you have to stop and say, how am I playing a part of this? Because you are. That's the kicker. It's not always the other person's fault. You can't say, oh, you lied to me. What are you carrying that is creating that dynamic? You have to do that. And sometimes it's you had a feeling that this person was dishonest in the past. You overrode it, and somehow, through the laws of the universe, it kind of built. I don't know how it does it, but this is just the understanding you need to have. It like builds and builds, and then it just manifests into a situation, an event, or something like that. It's like a feeling, right, thing. So your life is being kind of like created based off how you're feeling. So if you feel suspicious of someone, or have felt suspicious of someone, or felt a person lied to you or something, and then you didn't address it and you kind of let it fester, this situations will consistently prove to you, because that's what the law of attraction is, right? So it'll prove to you that how you're feeling is true. So it's like what you say is true plays out. So because I say, I think you're lying. This motherfucker's on some shit, full of shit. You know what I'm saying? But you said it to yourself. Okay. And then like somebody will come up and say something about that person. And you be like, damn. You know, like, but it's not really that person is full of shit. It's kind of like, it's just because you believe it now, you're going to see that side. It's as if we all have the capability of being multifaceted, right? And I always said that. Like, I say that to my kids. Of course, I've said it to myself first. Is like, you could be, I'm not, but like, slow down, Danielle. All right. What am I trying to say? We're multifaceted. You have the capability of being multiple things, meaning you could be nice, you could be mean, you could be genuine, you could be dishonest, you could be rude, you could be standoffish, you could be, you're like, some people more than others. Like you could be a really nice person, right? And then someone does something to you, you're not so nice anymore, right? Because you have a mix of emotions that you can feel and experience. That being said, take a deep breath and just understand that all you gotta do is pull back from any situation, anything that's going on. You got to trust that your alignment is everything. And guess what? It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. It just doesn't matter. It can't matter. Your alignment is everything. So make yourself feel good. And feeling good is not engaging, not worrying about whether someone is dishonest or not. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about it. If your intuition, if your tummy says something's up, trust that something's up and move on. It doesn't make the person the worst person on earth. It's not that. It's just trust that the universe may know that this person has a tendency to do things that will prove you right. And when you're proven right, it's not a nice feeling, right? When you anticipate the worst in somebody and they kind of like prove it, you now like have this not so nice feeling about them. Like you gotta just You gotta just like kind of like pull it all in. Pull it all in if you want change. If you want change. Yeah. If you want relief, if you want things to change, if you want things to go your way, just align. Right? See the best in everyone. Always, no matter what's going on. See the best in everyone. See the best in every situation. Right? Look on the bright side. Because you gotta stay aligned. That's what this being requires in order to live its best life. It's gotta feel good. It's your job to make it feel good. It's your job. So pay attention to what you're focusing on. You know what I mean? All right. Love you. Hope y'all had a really nice day. This was nice. I don't know how this is gonna play out. Such a vulnerable thing to, man. Wow, little old me out here. This is crazy. All right. I'm for it. I'm for it because this is so amazing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep going. How many minutes? Okay, come on, 17. It's not that long, okay? It's not that long. 17 minutes. Okay, let's go. For me, I had a moment. With God, right? I closed my eyes and it's like I saw Jesus. I said, Jesus. Okay, so there's so many layers to it because that's just how the universe is. But because it's one of those you have to be there kind of things, and I'm not gonna put you through that. Jesus was betrayed by one of his disciples, and he knew, right? And I'm sitting here and I'm just like, okay, Jesus knew but didn't get mad. He still broke bread with him. You know what I mean?